Hey guys, Sophia here with Turquoise Toffee, and I'm back with another video. Today we're talking about the 2024 Olympia figure results. Some exciting news coming out of the figure division. A win for Cydney, number 8. What an impressive record, and an announcement of her retirement. Oh my gosh. So exciting. Figure is just awesome. As far as next year's Olympia is concerned, they've announced the rules, so this year's top 3 will automatically be qualified, and then the winner of any open division contest within the qualification period will also qualify. But Cydney's saying that she is finished with the Olympia, retiring, leaves the door open for next year. So exciting. As far as my predictions are concerned, thank you guys so much for watching and commenting. I know there are a lot of Cydney fans, but also a lot of you guys were rooting for Jessica. So it was really cool seeing that top 3 nailed in. Natalia making her way back into that top 5 was so exciting. And I was actually really impressed by Tessa, my wildcard pick. She did amazing at this show. So a fabulous figure division. Okay, let's look at the scorecard. In first place, Cydney, second, Jessica, third, Lola, fourth, Natalia, and fifth, Rhea. And the scores were pretty even. It was a clear win for Cydney, a little closer between Natalia and Lola, but ultimately, our queen, Cydney, really takes this division. So let's begin with Rhea in 5th place. Oh my gosh, this was incredible. I was so excited to see her do so well at 5th place. It's awesome. She's really been working so hard, and you can see it in the balance of her physique. I have never seen her look so proportionate. The legs compared to the upper body are amazing. The balance is awesome. She's got a lot of size into the quads, and it really looks good with that massive lat spread. She's always had an impressive upper body, and I've always wished that the lower body would match, and she's nailed it. It's there. It looks amazing. The size is fabulous. Her conditioning is also tremendous. I really noticed the hamstring in this side pose. Just so much gorgeous curve, great definitions. The detail in the leg is awesome, particularly by the kneecap. Although, if I can be really nitpicky, I would have loved that dense fullness and then the good outlining of the muscles to extend a little more into like the inner thigh all the way up the hip. I feel that she has a really great amount of detail in the quad, this round lower part, but I wish there was a little more going on right in here. I know that's such a nitpicky detail, but when you have her in the lineup and everybody else has just a little bit more of that definition coming through, it was noticeable. Her midsection is extremely small, great abs, like just tiny. Though I did feel that this sideways pose is not the most flattering to her waistline. I don't know whether she could try moving the hand off the hip or putting the hands further backwards. I just feel that instead of seeing the tininess of her waist here, we're just getting so much size in the upper body and then the glute, and we're losing that shape in the silhouette. So I love this pose for how it shows off the leg, but I don't think it's the greatest for showing off the small waistline. The back pose, wow, waist is tiny and her lats are crazy big. Such a wide spread, beautiful, full muscles in the back. It's so 3D, so clear to see that definition. Just amazing. I find that she could have a tiny bit more width into the glutes, like just a little bit, so that there's really that kind of coordinated curve between the lat and then a little bit more roundness into the glute. I think the silhouette would look really amazing, but man, is she ever there. She's nailing it. The suit, her giant smile, her beautiful makeup, her hair is perfect. Her posing was really flawless. I'm so proud of her. I think she did amazing. Next is Natalia in 4th place. Oh man, I knew she would do well, but I was not expecting 4th, and this was glorious. She looks incredible, and what really impressed me was the roundness in her legs and her glutes. The quad sweep is so curvy. It looks unbelievable, and the detail right from the knee all the way up to the strap of her suit. It's beautiful. And then I really noticed the curve of the glutes in the back pose. The size, the width, the fullness, that rounded shape. It's really eye-catching. She's got exceptional size, but it fits her frame beautifully. She's got this tiny waistline, really nice round lats, beautiful shoulders, just a great overall silhouette. The color of the suit is really pretty. It matches her makeup. She looks feminine. She's very elegant. I think her posing, this pose in particular, man, her waistline looks so tiny. Gorgeous detail into the abs, nice smooth and flat stomach. It's just a great overall shape. Beautiful definition as well, like the detail coming down the back of her legs, those adductors. I just think she nailed it. She looks fabulous. Maybe if I can get one more little tiny thing out of Natalia, I wouldn't mind a little bit more height into the delts so that this line across her upper body, the width, has just a bit more curve coming off of her frame. That's it. A little bit more height. I think she is so spectacular. All right, next in 3rd place is Lola. My goodness, Lola was stunning and just nailed it all. Her posing was so elegant. It was smooth. It was confident. She does really unique poses and angles that other athletes don't always hit. And every single thing she does looks good on her physique. It highlights her tiny waist, the crazy definition, and her overall shape. Silhouette is just gorgeous. Great V taper, beautiful legs. The lines in her legs are gorgeous. I even noticed Lola's legs at the very end of the live stream when they were all posing for their medals. Lola's legs stood out to me. The curve, the detail, the quad sweep. I just think she's amazing. And don't even get me started on her calves because she's got the most beautiful calves in this entire lineup. The roundness, the fullness, that definition she has, it's gorgeous. I love her tiny waistline. I loved her hair. I love her makeup. Doesn't she look beautiful? She's got gorgeous V shape. The suit fits her perfectly. It's a more subdued color. Just everything about her is just luxurious, and I think she looks amazing. Conditioning is so good. But I do find that compared to the other girls, she could have more roundness into the quad sweep. I think she's got, like I said, amazing round full calves, but I'd love to see more of that curve into the legs. Maybe if she put the toes out to the side and the heels together, so more of a turnout shape, perhaps that would amplify some of the curves into the quad sweep, or maybe she just needs more size overall. But I do think that she could have a bit more into the lower body to really balance out with the upper body. But my gosh, keep that waistline as tiny as it is, keep the definition, the groove in her hip. Man, she looked amazing. I'm so excited that she's still at the top of the list of figure girls, and she's going to continue to just do amazingly. All right, next and second is Jessica. Wow, her shoulders blow me away. They're so high, they're so round, they're so full, and just a beautiful silhouette. The outline with the lats, her tiny waistline, and there's some gorgeous curve into her quads. Great size, great fullness, and all of that definition right from the kneecap all the way up to her hip. She's stunning. She's got a really nice flat midsection, beautiful curves, great lat spread, but it's the shoulders that always catch my eye the most. I did notice in the back pose though, I don't know whether it was the hair being over the shoulder or what, but the shoulders were not level. This shoulder was much higher than this one, so there was a slant. And even in this photo, I can see the hands are not quite level. So I'm not sure what was happening there, but I would definitely work on keeping more of a symmetrical pose to really make the V as perfect as possible. And while I loved the look of the hair, I like that it's behind her. It kind of gives you a really nice outline. It creates a good black backdrop for her lats, but I felt that it was a lot of hair. And when she swept it over her shoulder, like there's just so much hair, it's covering the delts. I think she could have a little less or a little shorter and just allow us to see the delts really unobstructed. But her fullness, her size, the roundness, the conditioning, the line down her leg, the detail around her glutes, the curves into the glutes themselves, and that tiny waistline are just beautiful. She is so good. Now there's a new opening, and it could be Jessica's next year. So exciting. All right, and now in first place is Cydney. Oh man, she did it again. It's incredible. She has such a legacy. She's really got the most amazing shape and by far the most impressive waistline and V-taper. I don't know that anybody has such a tiny midsection with such a beautiful shape. The lats, the shoulders are gorgeous. Just a lovely curve, tiny midsection, and glorious round quads with great definition. You've got that feathering, you've got detail, really outlining all of the quads. Her lines go all the way up her hip. It's just beautiful. She's got nice size into the glutes, very balanced. The curve in the shoulder really matches the curve of the lats and the curve of the glute and the curve of the leg. It's just such a beautiful silhouette. Tiny waistline. The suit fits perfectly. I love the design on the suit. It really draws your eyes from the middle outwards, right? It makes you start at the center and follow up the lat spread, up the V. You notice the width. You notice that triangular shape. My gosh, her abs are amazing. Her posing, man, she's really left a mark in figure for this romantic, slow, elegant kind of posing. Though I do find, if I'm being honest, there is a lot of extra flourish in the way that Cydney moves. You know, she touches her chin, she touches her hair. And I don't know that with Cydney now leaving and not coming back next year, if that's something that more athletes will continue, that tradition of that very flourished kind of posing, or if things will be a bit more simplified without Cydney's influence. So it does leave that opening. It leaves it open for the future. I'm excited to see what happens. She's got a very elegant, beautiful stage presence, and she will be missed, but it is very exciting for the future. All right, so now looking at everyone side by side, I found the clearest, most zoomed in photo, and then I added Rhea on the side so you can get everybody in a line. And my gosh, the waistline on Cydney is just amazing. But I think Lola is very comparable. Jessica's waistline is super tiny as well. Beautiful V-tapers. Natalia catches my eye for the roundness in her quads. I think she has a really great shape. Perfect size, beautiful detail. Jessica, the shoulders really catch my eye. Nice curves into the lats. Great long torso. It's like her abs just keep going. Great curve into the legs as well. Nice size. Lola, here's where I think you can see she could have a little bit more in the leg. I love the amount of detail. I love the fullness, but I think she just needs more size overall. If she could get more curve, more roundness, it would look really good. Rhea has the size. She's got the tremendous ratios, but I do think the definition could have been more in that inner thigh area. When I look at Jessica, and the fit of her suit. I notice a couple things. I'm being super nitpicky here, by the way. I find that her suit bottoms have a bit of a curve right at the waistline. So it's almost as if they come in and then go down into the V, whereas everybody else, it's more of just a straight angle. The straps are more of a V shape with no little bit of curve at the top. So Jessica's suit is a little bit of a different fit, and I don't know that she needs that. I wonder if keeping the straps exactly where they are in terms of the height, but making less of that curviness right on the hip itself and trying to have more of an angled V, if that might not be more flattering to her V taper. And then the other thing that I noticed, I don't know if this is possible for her to change, but the fit of her suit is a lot lower into her, almost into the top row of her abs than the other ladies. The triangles on them seem to be a lot higher up on the ribs and pulled up more towards the shoulders. I feel like if Jessica could achieve that somehow with the fit of her suit, it would bring even more lightness and airiness and just open up the V taper shape more. So those are my only suggestions for Jessica. But when you have Cydney, who is so perfect with the shoulders, the tiny waist, all of this detail in the abs, in her legs, and the slow, graceful posing, man, it's hard to beat. And then in the back pose, gosh, Natalia really impressed me with those round glutes. Her size is beautiful, her fullness, but I do think at the end of the day, a little bit more into the delts would be awesome. Cydney, my gosh, her waistline, it's insane how tiny she is, and just that huge width into the upper body. The delts look great, the lats look great, lots of detail, beautiful definition into her adductors, the quad sweep. It's just flawless. Jessica looks fantastic from behind. I love how much quad you're seeing. She's got some really nice definition into the tie-in area and nice round curves into the glutes. Lola, I think, has beautiful detail down her legs. I've already said I love her calves. I think her calves win this show for sure. I think a bit more roundness in the top part of her glutes would be awesome, but what a waistline and what a great back. Her back is just phenomenal. Rhea, I would not add 1 more millimeter of size to her back. I think her back is massive. It's so beautiful. Great lats, beautiful definition. The glutes, though, I think could be a bit more curved. They're quite a strong, straight shape on the edges. I would try to get a little bit more of that round fullness. But my gosh, was this not the most incredible top 5? Insane. And of course, Cydney, Jessica, and Lola will be qualified for next year's Olympia, but Cydney says she's not doing it anymore. So what's going to happen? So exciting. And I have more recaps coming your way. There's a lot more to come of this Olympia weekend. So make sure you subscribe, give me a like if you like this video, comment your thoughts below, and come find me. I'm on Instagram at Turquoise Toffee.